What's up, dude? Need to check my audio. I'm a little behind, which is fine. So what's up, Goondocks? How are you? Alright, mic's a little low. Hopefully that's better. Mic check. There's a delay on my channel, so I have to wait so I can hear it on my YouTube before. Still sounds terrible, but whatever. Terrence Funderburg. Howdy. All right, I'm gonna go with that. But so the mic is literally in my face now. Yo, just tagged you in Mallery Monday IG, and then I got the notification that you were live. Yes, sir. I saw that. So nice. Nice. Immediately accepted. So howdy everybody. I probably should have waited, but I decided to resubmit my Kickstarter. So I hope it works out. I changed everything, not everything, but I went in and added more pictures for my add-ons and changed the wording. Of course, took the video off because I had the video of me opening the knife, but I think that may have been a potential issue with Kickstarter. Even though the knife is a manual folder and I do, close it like that in the video, I think, non-knife people aren't going to know whether or not it's assisted. And I'm pretty sure the majority of people who run Kickstarter aren't going to know. So I took the video off. Like I said, I added all the pictures and changed some of the wording, and hopefully it works out. But I wanted to show you guys, since I don't really have much to talk about, I wanted to at least do something to keep the hype going. And I want to show y'all some of the options that I have put on the campaign. Now, obviously, it's still early, so whether or not everything works out is up to the the Kickstarter. But I don't want this to be like overkill on the camera. But so anyways, we have Timascus, and we have, this was doing it just a bit earlier. Come on. Can we cooperate, please? Can we cooperate? There we go. So we got Timascus. We have now this is all photoshopped or all doodles. So I put the, like, for example, it's the carbon fiber scales. Maybe I don't really want to turn the light back on. But so I put the scales back on, or whatever. So I drew the Timascus on here, and then I drew like titanium and all this, the jade. You know, I did all this stuff myself. So so yeah, that way, you know, for Kickstarter reference, I can at least post that up there. Um, but I know the factory can do it. I've already confirmed it with them, so no need to worry about that stuff. Um, but check this out though. So, uh, I took this photo. So this is an actual photo, obviously. And then I went in and did the DLC, um, which is sick in my opinion. For whatever reason, it's the carbon fiber looks blue with the edit on here, but um, whatever. So yeah, but then if I go in and do the, so here is the Timascus, and then I did highlights and shadows. So I did everything, um, you know, like that. So it's pretty neat. That's not supposed to be that way, is it? Oh yeah, it is. And then we even have the, of course, the backspacer, Timascus backspacer option, uh, which is nice. So anyway, I don't know. It's just something I've been doing. You know, just messing around on here really. But yeah, it's just cool what could happen. Ryan, what's up, man? Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, dude, I'm really like, I'm stoked about this one. Um Obviously just cuz it's like the fanciest one, you know what I mean? Could you make it a lightning anno option? Um Also, show us your butthole. I don't like lightning anno, so that's not going to be an option. I do have a option for titanium scales though, or you know, the titanium inlay. I don't know what you're gonna. This is a scale, but Ryan, Mr. Ellis, if you nasty. Um, but another thing, though, I do just like the um, you know, ew. Why is there green? What? Where'd that go? Oh, there. Yeah. There's the jade scales, which is not real jade looking, but whatever. But I do like this option a lot, of course, with just the DLC carbon fiber. I'm really, really nasty. Oh man. Good thing this stream is after hours, right? Pete Sweaty, you know what I mean? Yo yo. I don't know. I wish I could like do the like Apple TV thing where you throw it up on the computer, but I can't. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that fancy. Um, but it looks really good on my iPad. Too bright? Too bright. That's pretty good. zoom out just a smidge bit. So yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know Dr. Drew, you know what I mean? I'm glad it was a joke. But obviously if I don't like, you know what I mean? I'm just one guy, you know. It's about the consumer. It's not about me. But so that's enough of that. I think I'm nervous about the resubmission. Um, you know, cuz if it gets denied, I have to if it I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to be the negative person, but I have to be realistic with myself, right? Because it's happened before. I don't understand, and maybe I wasn't thorough enough the first time, like with the Spectra, which is fine. Uh, so this one I was really thorough with. Geez, and uh, you know, I went in and made sure everything was good. So reset my focus. And you know, I basically just went in triple checked everything. I sent the the Kickstarter to a few friends to read over and just make sure I didn't word something weird or have some like a trigger word or a flag word or something. So anyways, uh yeah, now we wait. So it said on the thing, because I don't want y'all to think I don't want to be too impatient, but um with the Kickstarter it did say so if you look, it says, thank you for sharing your vision with us, blah, blah, blah. We have completed our review of the H2O, blah, blah. So it says, at this time, your project requires a bit more work. The following issues have been identified with your project. So weapons, replicas of weapons, accessories are not permitted on Kickstarter. So I was trying to figure out like what possibly caused it to, you know, trigger something. So the first time I posted it, I think it was just the word kit and parts, right? Because I was talking about the Timascus kits and the Timascus parts upgrades and stuff. So the word parts is not really a trigger word. It's more of kind of like one of those risky words. But I think kit, they said kit was like a real risky word. So I took kit off and just put upgrades. Stevie suggested that. Just put the word upgrades. So I changed everything to upgrades and options. And then I took the video off, like I said, because the video was, you know, fast action, I suppose. And who knows? You know what I mean? I used this knife to cut tape today. Look at this. Like, why? It's tape. I've been using this one for everything else, and then today I used the other one for tape. This one is just all kinds of scratched, but tree stabbing Troy. Howdy. Nathan, howdy. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. Oof. I'll let y'all deal with that in the chat. What was I talking about? Oh, so the action, right? And both of these are so good. Can I zoom out? Dead centered, right? This one's got a stiff detent. This one's got a softer detent, but it's got the hand satin blade. This is the one I've been carrying. But this one is great action as well. So yeah. So hopefully the Kickstarter goes okay. And if it doesn't, I'm just gonna see if I can call them maybe and like talk to somebody just to say, hey, look, can you go over this and like as a person and not as an AI and see if this is okay? Because clearly I'm doing something wrong. Please, what's up? What's going on? The late night thumb rollers. Woke up to get some water and saw. I'll just drop in and say hello. Well, thank you and good night. So what convinced me to do the DLC and Timascus is my Praetheon. I love this thing so much. I think this is PVD though. This is PVD and Timascus. These will be DLC. Another thing too is I'm still settling on prices, so like I have a strong pricing like list for everything. Because I want to be it's hard to be fair to the market and not mess up. Maddie, what's up, man? Because I want to be fair to the market and I don't want to sell myself too short on the products, right? Because if it's too low, people are going to think, oh, that's we're kind of sketchy, blah 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 blah. If it's too high, obviously nobody's going to want it. So I have to be in that fine middle ground for this model. And straight up DLC or polished DLC or mirror DLC. I don't know. I think so. I think the DLC is going to be not a polished, but maybe just a satin. I don't know because I like the grind lines being visible, but I don't want it to look like it's PVD. Do you know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with PVD, but I think I used to be all over PVD coatings, but I think I'm over it now. The handles look good because these are fading. It's kind of like a dark gray. Like what you see is basically what it looks like. It's like a dark gray because I've carried this thing so much. But so I think like a nice thin DLC would look really good. So I'm not sure. I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Cowabunga, mate. This D10 is so loose. I don't want to like. I guess it's not that loose. Jesus. There it goes. As long as it's not Spidey chalk. Oh no. So few come in, don't go. So this one looks better for the photos, right? That's why I mainly carry this one, and obviously the use because it's not bead blasted. But I might blade swap these just so that the detents are a little better, or just bend that frame a little bit. I believe the word you're looking for is, oh, Maddie boy, gets these for free. What are you doing to me? You know, I see some clips of that show on like, Facebook. It's like, uh, they're like playing golf on a roof. They're like, come over here, it's hit one of these. Reverse dibs. And then they hit, what is it? They hit Clarence or whatever, and he's like choking. Like, yeah, how else was I gonna get the ball back? And another thing, I mean, obviously, I'm going to talk about Kickstarter a lot, but the thing is, I can't like pay somebody to do it because of the account at the end of the campaign or the at the end of your Kickstarter, you have to put in like your information, and like I'm not giving that to somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, but they can't like email it back over and then I can finish it. I don't think it works like that. So it's very crazy. I don't understand. You're immortal. Yeah, but I can still feel pain. This thing is so drop shutty. You know, they should have like a specialist on Kickstarter for like every category. You know what I mean? Like, this dude does board games. This guy does EDC gear, and you know what I mean. That way, you can, when you specialize in that category, that you can just have that dude review it, or a team. You know what I mean? Greg, hi peeps, at work and I'm trying smash like buttons. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Have fun at work. Oh, so I have I ordered some more Hadroses, Hadries, Hadru, whatever the plural. Um, the clip is off of this one because I put it on here. I don't like these clips that much, but I don't really know if I want to argue about it. They're tie clips, but anyways, not the point. Since your brother is a world-renowned author, I'd ask him for help with the wording. It's not. I don't think it's the wording. I've had multiple people look at the wording, and he's not a knife guy, so I'd show my butthole in public for one of those knives. Nice. I wouldn't, appreciate the kind words, Troy, but Hedrisi, I don't know if, he doesn't really care to help or, whatever. It's fine. See, this is too green, no. If I sing poorly, do I get copyright striked? Ain't nobody love me better. All right, I'm gonna stop messing with the camera. What was I saying? Oh, so I ordered more of these. Okay, so I have 6 more on the way. They should be here Wednesday, and 2 of those are already sold. And I think I will just hold on to the other 4. Sweet dreams, everyone. See you later, Nathan. And Ground Fog, howdy. And that way I can just make them per order. It's so cold though. I'm too much of a wuss to be outside. Well, in the freezing cold. I mean. Makes me happy. Yeah, I put this. So this is the prototype clip. This fits on here, but it's a steel clip. But I don't like the dip. Although you don't get a hot spot, or I don't really get a hot spot. Any of them got a sweet hawk bill. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm sorry, man. Dang it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hawk bill one of these things. Right? I'm just kidding. Make me feel this way. So I took this apart. If the Civivi clip means that means toss a little. I can toss a little. Yeah, man. See, I want to keep this clip on here, but just for the picture's sake, I don't want to be like, you know, because it's just one thing. I'm like, I don't want to add the clip, or it's not the right clip. So it is what it is. It's fine. Although I'm curious to see what clip they would make for the Timascus, because they told me they would do the whole thing, like a whole, the whole thing. And I'm sure they're not going to make this clip, right? I mean, no offense, but this is not the prettiest clip to do Timascus on, right? Like you would want like a nice, like a standard fancy clip, right? If a Lynch clip fits, that means I can. That's right. Any other way. So last time it took Kickstarter less than 20 minutes to deny my campaign. And I haven't seen anything yet, knock on wood, right? So maybe that's a good sign? So what are y'all carrying today? I carried this one today. It's very subtle, but nice. Oh gosh. Did y'all see the new the new Microtech MSI Mini. I will be getting one of those. Natty, look away. I carried my Viper Balloon. Balloon. What's that? Like baloney? Viper Balloony? Troy. I carried my Hawkbill Modified Hadros. Ditto, ditto. Joseph. MSI Mini? Didn't see that. Yeah, man. I'm stoked because I've been talking to Kyle about it. Or KC. Um, I'm so stoked. I don't know the specs, but I just know it's mini and it's got a thumb stud. Looks so good. I think the first ones are in aluminum. I don't even think they're in like the FRN or whatever. Carried a fat locker blow. Do y'all remember back in the day, Walmart having like a lobster tank? Because I brought it up, I think with my twin or my parents or whoever. Who was I with? I was with my I was with my dad and my brother. So we were hanging out, and I was like, "Do you remember when they had?" I don't know what brought it up, but I'm like, "You remember when they had lobsters in the tanks at Walmart?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "What? How do I remember that and y'all don't?" Pretty sure it was a thing. I remember. I don't remember no bar ass lobster tanks at the Walmart. Isn't that crazy though to think that it was real? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I had beans today for dinner or with my dinner. Beans. 'Twas good. 'Twas good. Do, 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 do. Spending my time in the shop lately. Oh, spend it anytime in the. No, yeah, the Kickstarters. I've been working on Kickstarter all week except for, uh, like the last 2 or 3 days or the last 2 days. I didn't work on the actual website, but I spent time working on the you know the doodles, if you want to call them that, the little sketches I was doing for the materials, because I did more as well. Well, I can just show you on my phone. So I did Um, so I did these, you know, those are the same, but, and then I did all these, which I didn't crop in, but, so that's with the jade, and then standard with jade, standard with the Timascus, DLC with Timascus. So I've been doing this for days because drawing this stuff takes a bit for me. Because basically, what I do is I take the material, it's like a picture of the slab. I put it on there, and then I have to like erase everything, but then I add the shadows and the lighting. I cut the screws out, blah blah blah. It's like what's that? It's like collaging. What do they call that? It's like that. So yeah, I've been doing that. And then these are the scales that I was doing. Pretty cool. So yeah, I've just been doing that, and I've been taking pictures of my buddy's knife as well. Actually, let me show that. Uh, but I do need to. I'm the next time I go to the post office, I'm going to send Shane like 10 knives that he'll heat treat for me, and then two of them. I have two of them ground right now. I'm gonna ground a third one, and then that way I can see if I like to grind pre-heat treat or post-heat treat. Collaging. So this knife is massive, by the way. Don't let my hands fool you. Wham! So this is, I don't even know what this is called. I just know it's Brian They Do. Sharp by Design, uh, the something. But it is Damasteel, and it doesn't look like it, but it is. Sup, fellas? Howdy, Josh. But it's Damasteel. Um, and it's total legitness. It's hard to see, but it is on the spine as well. Oh, can I change my f-stop? Nope. Nice. Just messing up everything. And then carbon fiber inlays and a Damasteel. Let me close this thing before I hurt myself. Same thing, Damasteel backspacer and pocket clip with a deep etch. Wonder if I change my lens out. So this is a manual focusing lens, but the cool thing is I can change everything. Get real dark, get real bright. Isn't that crazy? But anyways, he let me borrow it, so I've been stabbing it in trees. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna stab it in a tree. Can y'all see that now? Let's see. Focus. Anyways, ouchie, hello. If I missed anybody yet. Pivot screws look grad. Yeah. I don't know if Brian does those in house or if those are bought. If they're like Alpha Knife Supply or something. I'm pretty sure he makes all this stuff. But this is this is like a full custom um Sharp by Design. So is this lens better than the other one? Level on up, howdy. Like, so this is a 24 millimeter frame, right? Or lens frame. 24 millimeter frame lens. Jesus. And it's not fitting the frame. So with the crop sensor, it's close to a 50 millimeter almost. So oh, there it goes. Look at that. Nice, mate. So yeah, this thing is pretty wild though. That's sick. Yeah, it's my buddies, but the action is nice. It's got that, you know, Sharp by Design's signature detent, if you will. $36-ish. Oh, maybe yeah, with the sensor. That sounds right. That sounds right. No, I think you're right. Yeah, so with the 24 frame, it's about 36. Yeah, Stevie, it is. I would use this one, but this is also with the crop sensor is way bigger. And then I got this bad boy. This is my vintage bad boy. Let me put this thing away. Then I have a full focus macro. It won't even fit. But it is a 1977 Vivitar. This thing is cool. I got this at an antique shop. The only bad thing is I had to get the an adapter. But it's 70 to 210, and then at 210 you get the macro feature. So pretty sweet. I don't use like a lens cover or anything because I like the way that this lens actually looks when it's all kind of dirty. But I do lens cover my other ones, so. Oh, I remember what I was saying earlier. So I took this knife apart, right? And check out these. Look at the way they did the scales. So they have posts on them. And then this is heavily milled, and this is also heavily milled. This is really neat. And here's the pivot. So the pivot has got a ooh, fancy. So the pivot has an actual D cut into it. versus just in the actual pivot area so that my logo is not going to move. Um, well, yeah, looks pretty cool. Can't find my address. Going back to work. Oh no, Maddie took it. Well, I hope you find it, dude. This is unbelievably bad. You know what I don't like? I have like that pixel thing. Like if the like if the iOS is too high, you can see like the pixels. Like if I do like a nighttime or like the sky photo, whatever, like a horizon, you can see like the little pixels. I don't like that. Dead pixels or whatever they're called. There's like 4 or 5 on this camera. And I thought it was the lens, but it's not. Like I thought it was just one of my lenses, but it's not. It's the actual not my camera. So which I want to get another one, but they're so expensive. It's like I do really like for what I need the camera for, I take really good pictures. Um but like I would like another one. Noise? No, not noise. It's not grain. It's like dead pixels. Like you can see it. It could be like really low aperture. I don't think it's not the aperture. It's definitely the ISO or the frame rate. If it's a super low frame rate too, I think you can see it. Yeah. What do I say to you? What do I say to you? And you was this thing is so nice. Man, y'all wish me luck on this Kickstarter. It's stressing me out. Even though I'm not working on it now or wasn't before. It's like I was trying to be patient, but gosh, look at the centering. Bonkers. It says T10. It's one of the anniversary. It's an anniversary model that Sharp by Design made at Blade Show this year. Um, and my buddy snagged it. The NASA Trillion FPS camera. Check it out on the tube if you haven't. I've not seen it. I'll check it out. Oh yeah. No, not at all. All right. I'm gonna put that away because I'm gonna do something. But yeah, that thing is nice. And I took like super cool picture. Oh, it's not mine. Let's see. This is on my think this is on my 24 millimeter. I think. Um, yeah, this was on my 24. There we go. Look at that. But definitely sending out all the good vibes your way, dude. It's very stressful, but I appreciate that, you know. And if it doesn't, like I said, if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to call Kickstarter, or try to see if I can actually talk to somebody, just for the sake of at least talking to somebody. It'll ease my mind instead of just kind of like the whole thing with Instagram all over again, just getting denied for no reason or shadow banned for stuff that's not even on my account. So before, I was getting shadow banned on Instagram for promoting alcohol and marijuana. And I'm like, first off, I don't even mention any of those things on my account ever. Because one, I don't drink and I don't smoke, but you know what I mean? I definitely don't drink. So I'm like, you can't just falsely accuse me of promoting alcohol and whatever. I don't. So every time I would appeal it, it'd be like, no, denied. What's up, Jesse? And so, anyways. But now I'm all clear on Instagram, which is great. It's awesome. Can start building back up again, I guess, or at least promoting more and stuff. But so at least the AI is moving forward some way. Found it, left it on my keyboard. Good deal. You don't smoke marijuanas? I would like 2 marijuanas, please. What's up, my guys? No, this is one thing I don't do. All the cool kids are doing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care. It's just not anything I've ever been interested in. I don't think, really. I won't name names, but at one of the shows, somebody was trying to get me to microdose LSD or acid or something. And I'm like, dude, first off, I'm in a place I've never been, and you're trying to trying to get me to microdose. So the whole time I was with him, I was scared he was trying to like spike my drink or something. Crow's Blades, howdy. What's up, Ron? I'm gonna switch back to the other camera lens. Bear with me. I used to take marijuana. I still do, but I used to too. I'll smoke 2 marijuanas for you. Thanks, man. See, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't have anything against it. I just don't do it. I feel like the way my personality is and the way I am already, I don't think I need anything to like make me worse, I guess, or even better. I'm already pretty cool. Can't get any more cool than this. No, ain't no way. I'm letting you go. Ain't no way. I was never one of the cool kids. Me neither. But then I had a lot of siblings, so you know it's hard to be the cool kid when you have competition. Knife shot? Did I miss somebody? I smoked 2 joints before I smoked 2 joints, and I smoked two more. So one of my old other I have a lot of siblings. Okay, don't judge. Like 6 or 7 siblings. But so one of them texted me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, dude, can you send my dad a knife? You know, he likes one of your knives. Can you send him one?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So because he used to be mean to me when we were kids, his dad. So his dad's got this, not mean like that, but he's got a metal plate in 2 of his fingers, but he's got a whole metal tip in this one, and then he's missing this one. And so when we were little, he would hit you with his fingertip, and because it's metal, it hurt like crazy. And he can hit you. He would just pow right in your skull, and it hurt so bad. So, anyways, he's like, send him the knife. So I wrapped it up in like Christmas paper, of course, you know, just to say, hey, this is from Jesse. But I wrapped it. So I wrapped it like 20 times in Christmas paper. And then I taped it even more in packaging tape. Mr. Mouse, howdy. So I'm sure he'll love that. Shadow hanging farther along. And the ironic part is when he opens it, he's like, oh man, I wish I had a knife to open all this tape and wrapping paper, and then it's going to be a knife. So, the irony. Where did this? I see a shadow hanging farther. Be a great bar trick to break bottles with it. He could. Oh my gosh. Yeah, growing up, he would tell me, he'd be like, because, you know, he's missing his finger. I'd be like, what? When you're a kid, you know, you're curious. You're like, what happened to your finger? And so he'd be like, your mom bit it off. That was the, that was the stories growing up. So, and he sticks to it with all the other kiddos. So finally, my mom told me one day what really happened, because they were together when it happened. So, hey, let's not go on. See a shadow Oh, hanging father. It's crazy to me, this. To see this and to see this and to see how similar it is, but also how different it is, right? Douglas, howdy. Here we go. Also, Todd Carr, howdy. Maddie Mary faction. He who dashes through the hot dogs in a one-horse open sleigh, over the hills he goes, squirting mustard all the way. The balls, the bells, the bells on his cod piece ring, making spirits bright. The fourth. I can't read well, and then to try to read it in the jingle is tough. So I tried. Mad Yako, what's up, dude? Isn't that weird though? I mean, they're so similar, obviously. You know it is. I'm fading fast. Gotta get up early. Catch all mofos later. Good night, Stevie. Thanks for stopping by, man. They fade. I can't read. I can't read. Spell the word Rizzuto. Rizzuto's not even a word. He's a baseball player. Raruto? Those are Z's. Whenever you go around me. Goodness. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. Well, do y'all have any questions or anything? I don't really have much to say besides all the Kickstarter stuff that I spoke about earlier. Tommy Boy? Back when you had to use the real tools for a living. Oh, yeah. Yeah, poor guy. I mean, it's cool though. It's like half of this finger. You don't really you don't really notice it. These feelings won't go away. Oh my. Oh my. What's up, man? What's up, man? I don't know why, but I've noticed when I'm opening this thing, there's a weird thing that happens. And I can't tell where it's coming from. The H2O. Oh yeah, the H2O. Yes, sir. You're losing your bits, man. No. It's just an open spot. I haven't put it in yet because I'm tweaking stuff. The H2O and 20 CV, I might add. Thanks. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go with a stonewashed finish. It's not gonna be this satin or, you know, hand polished thing. No offense. I like it, but look, I mean, like, I've scratched this thing a ton. Like, and that's just from a week or 2 weeks, you know? A scratch is so easy, which is fine. Dylan, that H2O looks very nice. I love the 007-esque styling, and I want to buy it. Well, hopefully that all comes true very soon. Isn't that similar to M390? It is similar to M390. And also M390 and why am I blanking out? Is it 204p? Yeah, 204p. So it's similar to 204p, M390, and then there's 20CV, which 20CV is the Crucible config, but yeah. But it's better, and these are Rockwell at 59 to 61, so you're gonna get the ease of sharpening, but it's still a lot of toughness in this thing. I mean, it's it's all the good stuff with M390. It's just better in my opinion. M390 is so overrated. It's like how I feel with MagnaCut. Everything's in MagnaCut now, which is fine. I mean, obviously it's a great steel. But when people were first working on it, I know I'm not going to name names, but when I was talking to some manufacturers, they're like, dude, I can't make anything with it because it just breaks. So there were so many delaminations with the first like batch or like the first initial run of MagnaCut that they were having delams in the blades and or in whatever. So it was just chipping a lot. 59 to 61, meh. Not for 20 CV. 20 CV is higher end than M390. So if you do higher HRC on 20 CV, you get more toughness, but at the sacrifice of ease of sharpening, which is already not that easy to sharpen. Which I'm not saying it's difficult because I have a system. Like if you have a system, it's probably fine. But to an average Joe, like S35 is going to be like the best steel for the normal everyday carry guy because he can maintain that himself, which is why I use a lot of S35 in my designs and my products because I know for a normal person that's perfect. They can maintain it themselves without a lot of worry. And this is just like an even better because it's corrosion resistance, wear resistance, and its toughness. And at 59 to 61, you're still going to be able to sharpen it, but it's just going to be a little bit more tedious. When I was researching M390, I found that they often use it in bottling plant manufacture machinery racks. So if you were to follow, you go back into the nuke factory. Those railings could be M390. So like in Fallout, when you go into the like the game, I've never played Fallout. So if needed, a good scrap steel would be in a real apocalypse. More S90V, please, thank you. Oh, what's up, Malcolm? I was like, who's talking about S90V? I have S90V. I don't know if you have one of these though, but these are an S90V. This is the only configuration I have left on the Forest, but yeah, I sold 2 this week, and then I think I only have like 3 left. I don't know. I text you, Malcolm. I don't know if you read it, but um, I got one of those straight out of your pouch. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I don't remember, mate. But I should be getting the knife on Wednesday. And then I'll send it to you. So when you have a Spyderco over here at consumer, give him Rex 121. Yeah, I'm not a Spyderco guy, so I don't think I noticed how some of the spectra similarities now. All my knives have similarities. I'll even throw the OG out there. Let me zoom out more. Only knives. Oops. So many knives. Maybe this way is better. I'll do it the Zach way. Zach does it like this. Tip down. Like this one. This one's in the same family. This knife doesn't exist, so don't worry about it. I mean, there's definitely a theme going. Henry, howdy. Which I love the Spectre design. Oh, what's up, dude? Yeah, sorry, I didn't recognize the since YouTube's doing the other names. I got you, bro. Yeah, a killer blade is one. All Mallery knives are distinctly Mallery. I appreciate that, Corey. And howdy, by the way. What's the all black one? This is the Artisan Cutlery Talos, or Tylos, whichever you want to call it. But it's a front flipper model of mine. This one is the prototype, so the blade shape has changed since this one. It's more spear pointed now instead of sheep foot. But yeah. So you have this configuration, and then you have like a satin or a standard config. One Moon. What's up, dude? 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. So this one exists, but not in this form. So I will put that one away. If you know, you know. Consider doing a thumb stud and a blade hole? No. I don't like, so I'm a thumb stud guy, like at heart. I have like the perfect recipe for thumb studs. But I, as much as I like thumb studs, the blade holes are better just because of middle finger flicking. You know what I mean? Um, but I've never thought about doing them together. I don't like the way that that looks. However, I did see a knife recently, which I mean is probably like a year old now, but they have a they have the combo, like the thumb stud and the opening hole, and it looks really good. So kudos to them on that. But that's like the first time I've looked at it and like, yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Just because I don't like it personally, but that's just me. Like I'm not a fan of this either. This has got it's not a cutout, but it's a fuller, and I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it doesn't really bother me because it's not all the way through. But on wait, so I have this prototype, which is a prototype Praytheon. That I bought from Israel. But see, so the original idea was the opening hole, and these are blade stops. Elijah used to kill the thumb stud blade hole thing. Stanford put them on a model, inspiring him. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He did with his floating thumb studs. That was really cool. Yeah, so these were initially blade stops, and then he changed the whole thing, so they became thumb studs. Yeah, dude, I wish I had a Pleroma. One Moon, I still need to talk to you about something. I want to have merch, but I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's not so much for me, it's more so for the community. So I'll message you about it cuz every time I see you in a chat, I'm like I need to message you. The Sparrow Strix. I don't think it's a sparrow. I don't like that design. I don't see what the big deal is with that one personally. I mean, it's cool. I like Sparrow. I like his style, but that design specifically doesn't speak to me. Are we talking about Isham? Sure. So funny story. So when I bought this at the we were in California, I believe, or was it Vegas? This was in Vegas. So this was when Recon 1, which is Sako, when he hosted the custom show. Arcane had these prototypes there, and I was like, "Hey, let me buy that." And he's like, "Okay." So then Isham was walking around. I was like, "Hey, dude, I just bought this from Israel because they're friends and we're all friends." He's like, "Really?" He wouldn't sell it to me, and I'm like, "Did you ask him?" He's like, "No." It's like, "Well, you should have asked him." Cliff Howdy. And so, yeah, I miss that guy. Just let me know what's good. Yeah, man, I'll hit you up. But anyways, so at that show too, though, I bought the I ended up picking up a Black Star. I should have got the fancy one with the Timascus inlay, but I wanted this one because this is when I was really into the like Murdered Outlook, you know. Now I've crept into the monochrome, just plain Jane style stuff. Is that a two piece? Is this a two piece? Yeah. It just looks like it's solid. This isn't 20 CV. Yes, sir. Dude, I've had this thing for 4 years now. 5 years now. Crazy to think. I've had a lot of my knives for a while now. Somebody was telling me to do a collection update, and I'm like, I only have 4 new knives within the last like 2 years. Yeah, this thing is really nice. I had it on skiffs at one point, but I think I took them out to put them on another knife. I did put I put my Arrakis on skiffs though. So now you know what that means. I have to put skiffs on the Eschaton. I got the original pre-order, which had to have been 2019 because I was still with the railroad. Yeah, it's definitely. These are definitely old. Yeah, these are 20. I think I picked this one up in 29 or in 2021 though, I think. I bought it on the secondary market. Um yeah. But this thing is so cool. I don't know why, but I've always wanted an alien. What's an alien? What's that? I like the Arno Bernard, but the I sold mine because I didn't like the I'm so picky because I'm a designer. I didn't like the way the handle swooped like in a certain spot. It like swooped up and I just didn't like it. I mean, it was like a great knife. It was definitely a Sabenza killer for me. I'm like, man, this thing is like the blade shape was perfect. The action was sick because I had the bearings and I had the opening hole. Um, everything was nice, but I just couldn't get over the when it was open. I couldn't get over the handle. It's like, man, the Reich Alien. Oh, I know what that one is now. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, Can't go wrong with the Reich, really. This is the knife I learned how to front flip on. And Aishan was showing me the knife, and I'm like, dude, let me see your new knife. And I was trying to do this, and I could not get it at all. And then, I bought this one, and I learned. So, but this thing is like perfect jimping. It's got the whole nice rollover thing going. Crazy ergos. Yeah, Isham had great design language. I miss that dude. Hmm. The carbon fiber one's hard to find. I mean, like they're both hard to find now, but like I think I've only seen one carbon fiber go up for sale, and that was years ago when I actually bought this one. Hey Fred, this is the Abstruse by Isham, Elijah Isham Abstruse, and it was OEM'd by Best Tech. How old was Isham? I think he was a year younger than me. Um, I think it was 25 or something when that happened, or 26, maybe 27. I don't really know because I don't know. I forgot a lot of stuff um, within recent years. I just saw your text, Malcolm. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Have you ever messed about with shaping any rich light? No, I don't even think I've handled rich light. That's probably a Fred question. If you have anything to ask about it, I don't. I think it's paper. That's about all I know. Yeah, this thing is so cool. I forget I have this, to be honest. Like, I forget I have a lot of knives in my collection. But the tolerances on this thing are just insane. And I mean, look at that little tiny lock face. You got the internal blade stops. Gotta love it. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal. Yeah, it's very sad. I try not to think about that. I mean, I think about him a lot, but I try not to think about that. It is very sad. I was trying to get everything he ever designed for a while. Yeah, he designed a lot of stuff. He designed I mean somebody sent me a picture, but Uh, he did stuff for Vandermeulen. He did like 3 or 4 of his designs. Vandermeulen. He did the uh Fanatic Edge. Um, Omen. Is that what it was called? He did that one. Um, of course, he's got all of his stuff. Savivi, and then like the 4 with Wii knives that were like made and then like instantly discontinued. Um, he's got the 2 I think with Browse. Yeah, there's a lot. And then he's got his OEM'd ones and yeah. Cheeto Bandito. What's up, dude? Yeah, the Theta. What was the other one? The Theta, and there was another one that was in that family. Um, it's hard to remember. I haven't looked at them in a while. This thing's so cool. Even though it's bead blasted, it gets a pass. You are very quickly getting to that point for me to really like. Oh, well, I appreciate that. It means a lot, dude. I've waited here for you. Tried to close this one like it was a liner lock. For you. Oh, you even got your cat in the picture too. That's nice, man. Yeah, so Ryan sent me a picture. This is the Vandermeulen. This thing is cool. I got to meet him for the first time at Blade Show this year. It was pretty sick. Or was it last year? It was last year's Blade Show. Because I was like, whoa, it's Vandermeulen. And he just started laughing. Because I was hanging out with Keybar Mike. And I didn't know they were buddies, but they were going out to lunch or to dinner or whatever. Oh, hey, I need some advice from you boys. A bluish anno flat scale Dixon, then guess first owner anode the other side of the scale, different tint of blue? No blade wear, 430. What do the Dixons go for? Aren't they like $600 knives? I'd buy it. I mean, you can always get it re-anode or, finish however you wanted. I mean, if it looks good to you and you know, you can always re-anodize it or have somebody blast it and then you can get it, or better, you probably get it, you can get it so this is blasted. You can get it blasted like this. You can get it retumbled or stonewashed, whatever. Or they can just strip the ano and then, just get it re-anodized if you wanted. Yeah, I think they're like 600 or 625 or something. I don't know. I don't keep up with the custom market. Oh yeah, see 625. Pretty close. Yeah, I would send it to like Paul Might, or like the Matt D, or I think what's his name? I don't want to be wrong. Help with Gadgets. He does anodizing as well. Yeah, Malcolm's got the right idea. You can take the 150 you're saving and put that into, customizing it how you want it. If you wanted like a stonewashed blue ano or a blasted, purple, or a matte, you know what I mean? Like you could have it done however you wanted. I don't have a lot of anodized tie stuff. Wait, where'd that knife go that I had? I found it. This one's bronzed. It doesn't look like it. I mean, you can kind of tell, but it's bronzed. And then I got bronze hardware. And then the gray clip to match the blade, but it's got this copper snake skin, fat carbon snake skin or something like that. I like this knife, but I don't know how I feel about it because it's kind of like a banter and like custom knife factory had a baby type thing. But I dig this thing a lot. I'm in the market for a power supply for anno work. The one I fixed in electronics class in high school finally crapped out on me a few years ago. Yeah, man. Dude, if you start anodizing, I'll just send you stuff. You can practice. Dude, I've wanted so the Nathan's Knives did this for me. And I've wanted him to do these scales for me for years. So he finally he finally did it when I sent him this knife. So, and this thing is in M390. Jeez. For someone that says M390 is overrated, I have a lot of knives in M390. This thing's in 20 CV. This is the TNT Big Bang. I think it's 20 CV. Yeah. So this is black anodized. I'm pretty sure it's not PVD. It could be PVD tumbled, but I think it's black anodized. I don't know. This is a straight back, even though it looks like a trailing point. This knife is scary sharp. And it's hollow ground too. Called multi-etch? I'm not, maybe that's not what it's called, but it's the stripes anodizing. Yeah, so what they could potentially do is they mark off the anodizing, or they mark off the scales, and then they they anodize it a certain way, or they do like a color fade like this, so it's like different voltages don't mess with the other voltages, so you can get like a cool color fade or something. So this is titanium, even though it does not look like it. This was a gift. Or they could do the flame anodizing, which is where they do the like the tiger stripes. I don't have anything in tiger stripe or flame anodizing or whatever, so I keep this around because of it. Look at this blade. That's crazy. That's crazy internals. You can anodize tied to a certain, only to a higher voltage. So like if it's blue, you can you can go up and keep changing it. But certain volt, like a higher voltage or a lower voltage, won't cancel out a higher voltage, if that makes sense. So like you can continue to ramp it up, but you can't go back. You'd have to redo, you'd have to refinish it, and then uh you'd have to refinish it and then re-anodize it. A baby Rosie? Yeah, this thing is scary, dude. Focus. No, I don't see it at all. Maybe no, because Rosie's has a, they have a more of a drop point, and the handle's completely different. Yeah, I keep this around because of the, like I said, the internals are. That's just wild to have that big of a blade in this thing. It's a cool little knife though. Surprisingly cool knives is this thing. This is the orbital. Um, what's it called? Orbital something. Orbital. I changed this logo. Let me find the name. Let me find the name. Let me find the name. Fornax. Uh, and even though aesthetically, for me, it doesn't look that great, the ergonomics are absolutely incredible. I handled this at Blade Show, and I was like, dude, this thing is nuts. So I ended up buying one from Eddie. Do you have any Olamic stuff? I do not have any Olamic stuff. I don't think I never owned anything Olamic, but they're cool. Eugene's cool. This thing is an S45. Um, yeah, S45, full tie, titanium accents. Even though they're supposed to be bronze, these are tie. Um, pretty cool. It's coming off a little more copper looking in the camera, but it's pretty bronze looking. I have a fox knife that's ugly, but the ergos are so good. Dude, honestly, the ergos are insane. And this blade is nuts too. Like the way this handle is shaped. So if you notice, like, okay, for let's say it's like a standard handle, right? So the pivot is all the way up, and your track, this is basically your bearing track. Like, that is insane. So this also has the stop pin. So the stop pin, okay, so it's shouldered blade stop. So it's actually just like this. So when you do the blade stops, it protects like your detent track in a way, right? Because now all you have to do is shoulder this out, right? So you cut this out of the titanium, put your blade stop in, and that protects your bearing track, from a standard stop pin, and also from a standard, if you were to do an internal stop pin versus the shouldered, that would interfere with your detent as well. So I mean, this thing is very well designed for sure. Um, but ergonomically, it is really incredible. Like I wouldn't have this if I'd never handled it, but since I did get to handle it, like everything locks in. This little swoop is nice, and you can choke up. I mean, this thing is really good. And this blade shape is really insane too. It's another straight. It's a drop point, but technically it's a straight back as well. Because this thing is just 100% straight. Oh, actually, Yeah, it's straight. It looks almost Persian, but it's not. So yeah, really great knife, and it's an S45, and that's you know you don't see that too often nowadays. So this thing's pretty sick. Hope I don't ruin this for anybody, but in IMO, I was sold on him when he put out the Kaiser Mystic in Rex 45. Yeah, Eddie's smart. This thing is cool though. I was sold. Oh, okay. Sorry, half my message was missing. I was wondering if you were still typing it. Ooh. Wonder if there's something else I haven't shown in a while. I have this thing. I figured I have this one as well. Tactile Archer is way overrated. Overrated in what way? Like in the price way or just in general? Like I would say I don't know the price, but from a design standpoint, uh I think it's phenomenal because it's thin. I think it's a hollow ground. It's a tall knife. You have convex milling and concave milling. It's very impressive build quality and machining wise. It's very impressive. It has hotspots. Yeah, I like it. It definitely does do the A100 vibes though. I think that's the point, you know, when they do like these dagger Quaken type things. 600, yeah, I figured it'd be around that much. Um, yeah, 600. It was high when I heard that it was high, but I mean that's a lot of milling. That's a lot of machining. I could, um, uh, what do you call it? I could justify that. Um, but yeah, hotspots. Maybe I don't remember. I've only handled that knife like once or twice, so I don't remember what if there were hotspots for me. I have small hands though, um, so most things that probably aren't hotspots for me are hotspots for other people, and vice versa. Yeah, I definitely get the A100 vibes. You're right, but it's about half the size of an A100. Just kidding. Just kidding. I've paid more for less just because I like the design so much. So. Yeah, this thing is neat though. I don't like the double lock. Like this is stupid to me. Not you know, in general, I don't like the double lock. I don't like locks on anything like autos, um, button locks. I don't like safeties. That's a better way to say it. I don't like safeties on stuff. Here's one. This is basically this is a Chavez, right? This is the iconic Chavez collab, but the blue label, whatever this model is, this is the RC whatever Rock 9. But the blue label that's the same model is the exact same size as this. I mean, it is exactly the same specs. Like, from these are the same, from here to here is the same, the blades are the same, everything is exactly the same, except this is just an iconic, and the other one is Chavez's blue label. So, hot take, but it's true. They're the same size. So if I were to get it, because I bought a blue label and I sold it, but since he came out with the access lock ones or the bar lock ones, whatever you want to call it, I've been thinking about getting one of the bar lock ones because I really like this knife a lot. Excuse me. I'll say this thing is loud. It's quite thwacky. Frosty Mini Psyop has been stuck in my pocket lately. It's kind of perfect for me. Psyop. The Mini Psyop. Is that the regular? Like that's the frame lock one, right? Or the bolster lock or whatever. Because the button is the medium, right? Of the medium. Yeah, I could see that one being, dude. So that one with the button looks way better because they shortened this area and they like fixed. Because I don't like the way it looks on the psyop. It's like straight, and then you have like this weird half. I don't know. I don't get what they did there, but you know, it is tough thumbs. So who am I to say anything? I will say I think this thing is underrated. Paul Mills, howdy. Oh, the chat just jumped like crazy. Yeah, that's the medium one though with the button. I wanted an Archer so bad, but when I finally pulled the trigger and got the blue, oh finally got the black white Technicarbon inlay version for $670 and flicked it out maybe 20 times. Put it right back in the box. Yeah, dude. That's an unfortunate thing too. Like when you get to handle, or like you have a knife that you're like after, and you get it and you're just like very, like, it's uncomfortable, like you said, it has hot spots, or like it's just not as good as you thought it was going to be. um yeah, that's the good thing about going to shows and stuff. Or like if you have even if you have friends in the community, like if you have like a really good buddy that maybe has one, and let you check it out, that's a good way to handle knives as well, is to, you know even though that's more risky just because of mailing and stuff like that. But like if you have a buddy that has a knife that you're interested in looking at, just be like, hey dude, can I check out this knife before I buy it? Like the case, like with this thing, I would have bought this, but handling it, it's like, oh yeah, definitely got to get one. Because I was just really like shocked at how good this was ergonomically. But then you get something. What's something I have that's not great? Um, I sell my stuff that's not great. So this design, right? This is one of my designs. Um, and I'll say, since I have small hands, this is more for me. Like where this falls is just like for my hands, it's like perfect. But if somebody has bigger hands, this middle point is going to hit your finger, and that's going to disappoint people. And it's something I should have thought about more. Um, but aesthetically, this thing looks super cool. But and I even measured this off of my one of my other designs, but it just, everything else just didn't flow right, or like, you know, the ergonomically it doesn't fit, even though it should have, going off of my measurements and stuff like that. So that's how it was with the SK23. Waited like 5 years for it, and then didn't even like the thing. Ooh, that's rough, dude. All my buddies collect and build things that go pow. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Dude, getting the smock and not liking it is very disappointing. I mean, because that wait list is so insane. Yeah, that's, I can use mine as an example just because I'm better at critiquing my own designs anyways. But I don't like to critique. Generally speaking, I don't like to critique, but I can, and I do sometimes do it when I'm not supposed to, or I try to be nice, right? So here's another one. This is the Scorpion 6. This is a custom, but like it's flat, flat scales. It's a chisel grind. Um, but man, this thing is basically just a user. And ergonomically speaking, I have that knife and I have big, dumb banana hands, and you were spot on. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Um, Sorry that that's a hot spot. Like I said, I I'm hoping we can do like a 4-inch version of the Karis, because that would be sick, and it would eliminate this as a hotspot for bigger hands. It would probably shift it down, and it would be like perfect if this were like a 4-inch blade. So hopefully I can do that one day. I would like to make this a large knife, because I think this is 3.3. Um, so just going straight for 4 would be really cool. Because this thing it needs to be big. And the original was flat scales. I think I designed it flat scales, and that's going to change your ergos anyways. But for whatever reason, I drew it flat, and then when I did my rendering, I contoured the scales. Um, and I don't know why I did that, but that's okay. Most knife makers and designers refuse to critique their knives and make a lot of the times blind. That may be what's wrong with their knives. Good night, Todd. I'll critique my stuff all day, but this knife, this one, I did mess up on this one. I think. I mean, it's good. It's nice. People who review it like it, but it could just be that they're reviewing it. But Russell told me, he's like, dude, make this bigger. People are complaining at Blade Show, or at SHOT Show rather. And I'm like, all the people I asked didn't say anything about it except for like one dude. So I wasn't gonna go based off of one guy, but Russell's the rep, and he's been doing this a lot longer than me. And then even at Blade Show, like I don't think I didn't hear any complaints, and so I was just like, all right, I'll just run it. But that was the one time I should have listened. So, but this thing is, I mean, aesthetically, it is really nice. It is a tall, flat S35. I mean, it's a nice knife. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that bugs me because I should have known. I should have known better. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I do like it though. It's nice. And it does have a mini choke up point. It's not like a full like finger, but it's like a nice little the tip. Just the tip. Russell is a great dude, for sure. Russell is the man, honestly. Alright, enough of that. But this thing is pretty cool. XHP. You can tell I use it. But ergonomically for me, this thing, it just melts. To be fair, a lot of times you can kind of feel that it's not perfect, but you don't want to actually feel that it's really uncomfortable. Yeah, that's how I feel about this one. Because, like, I mean, I get so many prototypes, dude. Like, I had this one and these at the same time. And it's like, I can only focus so much on each one, trying to release both of them at the same time. So this thing, in my humble opinion, turned out phenomenal. And then this one kind of went under, like I said, I should have listened to Russell. But I mean, it's still nice. Like, aesthetically, this thing looks cool. It's just that one little hot spot, I think, is just not. If you have big, like, meaty hands, I don't think you're going to feel that. But, like, behind a desk, like me with, like, I don't feel it. I have little hands, but I'm just saying, it could get hot if you're really cranking on it. And then this one is nice. Contoured aluminum, G10 inlays. This D10 stiff. This one is a production one. This one's a prototype. So like this thing turned out really cool. It's a inset liner lock. Inset liner lock, RPM 9 steel. You can either get the champagne or the black. This thing is sick. I think I did really well with this one. It's got a big belly. It's got a nice subtle swoop drop point. And ergonomically speaking, this thing is nice. You get this flat part for your pinky and ring finger. It's really cool. This one is 3.3 as well, and I think 4.25. So you're looking at probably 7.75 ish. Yeah, the angle too, like you get, it's got like the nice pivot to point. And it swoops down. So another thing is like, so because of the handle is and the blades are canted, you're in the cutting path a lot longer instead of it being like this, like a normal drop point where most people do like that. And then like you're slipping out of material. So here you're like, um, I don't know. I don't really know what the overall length is of this. I don't have a ruler. Oh wait, it's about 7.5, maybe 7.75. Actually, I'll tell you because this knife is. So, well, both of these, I guess. So this is 3.5, and this is 3.5. This is a 3.5 blade and 4.25 handle. So this will tell you exactly how big it is. So it's smaller blade. So this is a 3.3-inch blade, but it is a 4.25 handle. So 7.6. She's a dandy. Yeah, 7.75. That's not my sweet spot because I do have such small hands. Like I don't make real big knives, but that's because I don't think about, you know, it's not about what you want. It's about the consumer. And I honestly, it just slips my mind. So I'm like, oh, this would be cool in a 3.5-inch blade. Yeah, you can tell then. It's pretty close, but the forest is gonna feel longer because it's more neutral. So, and plus you got the big choil. Can we get them now? Yeah, these. So this is available. Gross. So these are both available now. So this is called the Droma with CJRB, and then this is called the Karis, and this one is with Artisan. But yeah, both available. And this only comes in, well, there was a all black configuration with is all PVD. I don't know if that's a production version, but I know this one comes in the two version. So you can either get the champagne or the black and tan G10, which I really like. I like that config, but this bronze or this champagne as they're calling it is really nice. And I got to pick these variations, so if people don't like them, that's on me. And this is my pocket clip. I designed this. So this is not the standard CJRB pocket clip, which that's pretty cool too. I did see somebody say something about the Boker. Josh, yes. The Boker is very nice, man. And this was on sale at Blade HQ for like, I think it was like 180 or like $200 or something. And it's an S35, which is fine. But it's I'm pretty sure it's Riot made. Because I mean, this is absolutely insane. I like that you're starting to do broader blades. There are really some nice designs. Thanks, Paul. I was gonna say I do a lot of wide blades anyways, but I know what you mean. Um, my kind of like, I guess, philosophy, if you will, is to like have I always want the cutting edge to be with or below the handle. And I don't like when people, well, I won't say people, but when companies, I guess, don't do that. It's like, why aren't you opting to do that? Even on drop points, as they think it's so hard to do, it's not. Same thing with the Spectra. The blade is canted ever so slightly downward so that you can maintain your cutting path or whatever. But like, I mean, yeah, this is hard to do design wise and internally, but I mean, it's so worth it to have a drop point like this. Or this is designed by Brian Efros, so he knows what he's doing. But to get a drop point that, I don't think I have an example that's a bad one, because I refuse to buy drop points that are terrible. But anyways, but yeah, so I appreciate that. I will say this does go a little bit below, but this blade is also slightly canted. So it it comes back into the blade path here. But another thing aesthetically with my knives is I like them all to lay flat. Like, so if you lay them down, the edge is touching with the back of the handle. Or like for these, for the Hadros and the H2O, these all lay flat. Well, this doesn't, it cants upward, but these lay flush. Like, so I want them to lay flush ideally. And that's not with, everything, but it's just something I like to do. Which I think all knives can do that. It doesn't really matter. But like this one, the blade is too thin and it teeters on here. So I'm like, hey, we need to widen this blade just a tiny bit because I don't need this teetering. I need it to be flat. So they're like, okay. So I think too, though, because I like a lot of the culinary kitchen cutlery. So, and of course, in most, like 98% of kitchen knives, your blade is always under, you know, or below knuckles, whatever you want to call it. So that's where I get a lot of my like philosophy as well. It's like make sure it clears a little bit. Obviously, it's not going to be a kitchen knife, but you know, the last thing I want is to hold a knife and then the edge is starting halfway up the handle. That's just poor internals, poor design. you know. In my humble opinion. So, ugh. Yeah, I try to get below, like with the forest. I mean, this thing is, you know, it's way below handle. But, you know, I have this big choil as well. If I didn't have the choil, I mean, your edge would follow. It would be like down here. It'd be so nice if I could have done this, but because of the way I did the internals, and to get this much blade, you can't do a full length cutting edge. So I had to do a big choil to protect it for the users, because this blade would continue to, it would stick out. So yeah. Josh, yes, I have a couple on the way. They should be here Wednesday. I'll have more. So, um, but it's only like 6, and 2 of them are already sold. So I have 4 that'll be in stock. So I'll change the website and then go from the 2 weeks to in stock, and then they'll be ready to go whenever somebody orders one. I'll work on it. So yeah, I don't have one here. I sold, even my personal one is sold, even because I didn't have one for the person. So that sounds terrible. I've had knives where you can touch the blade when it's closed. Yeah, that's also very poor design. I mean, it's not unheard of. Obviously, it's a very common thing. Like, what's crazy is with this one is I could have got way more blade width out of here. And I should have, like, checked that out, because I could probably get another, maybe like a quarter or a 16th of blade. So maybe like that much more blade. So it could have been almost probably flush with this little knob. And then it still would have been plenty of safe for the user. But yeah, everything has got like tolerances, you know. There's always give and take with blade width for sure. It's like, this knife is so wide, you could cut yourself. I mean, I can touch that, the edge of the blade. But like a normal person, probably like with normal hands, they're not touching that. I'm telling everyone I got Dylan's personal knife. No, the person who got the personal knife got a note with it, because it's got its own issues, but it's my personal one. So I've got a few that you can touch the blade when it's closed. You have to dig for it though. Yeah, that's a bit rough. See, that's why I do, like, so my force, they got full length backspacers, so you don't risk that. You know what I mean? Because that's crazy when you could just get in there with your fat. You know what I mean? Or like your meat. with your meat. Same thing. This is 3/4, but you know, you're not touching that. My best type hand is super easy to touch. Ooh, that's rough. That's a nice knife too. Yeah, knives like this, they're easy to get wrong. Like this could easily be one of those, but I have a 3/4. I have a 3/4 backspace, so you're not touching that. You know what I mean? But it can be rough. I think this one is like that. Actually, it is. So you can see, it's hard to see, but you can see it. Um, that's the edge. Focus, please. So like that's easy to touch. Like, see, I don't even have to. I'm touching it right there. See, that's a bad one because then you run in there, oof, and you're just gonna chink. I've never carried this knife, but I do like it. I don't know if that's the issue with the Blue Label one though. I don't remember because I sold that one instantly. I didn't like the pocket clip. Um, there was too much retention, and then on the I think it was a hot spot, and then on the skull one was way too much retention. I couldn't even get it in my pocket because I wear the double layer pockets with like the leather. So yeah, it wasn't giving on the retention, so I sold it. If I can't do the worst thing for me is pocket clips. If I can't get it in and out of the pocket, I'm not gonna carry it. So I sell it. And that's what happened with me and the Chevron. And I bought a prototype Chevron and the pocket clip was terrible, so I sold it. But everybody now says that the pocket clip is great. So I don't know if I should buy one. Um because I love that knife. I love the design. And of course Christensen's a cool dude. But that pocket clip is like I can't even carry this thing. So yeah, I try to do big backspacers, but some companies I just do barrel spacers. This thing's pretty cool. You're not touching that either, but nice little drop point. What's that smaller one you just had? Looked like it had carbon fiber front scale. Which one? That's what I heard. They fixed the clip. I don't know if that's true, but Rolf, howdy. How you doing, dude? Hope y'all are doing well. What, Josh? Which one were you talking about? This one. Carbon fiber front scale. I had a lot of carbon fiber. Um, off the grid pants with reinforced pockets. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I have. Or this one? I don't know. I have a lot of carbon fiber up here. I don't know. Yeah, I need to get more off the grid shorts. Because I'm not, you know, I tore on my recent, because I have two pairs. I tore the pocket on one of them from my knives, so I have to either sew it up or just get another pair. I don't even know what the name of this thing is. Um, yeah, I don't know, but it is cool. Um, it's got a super stiff detent, and the thumb stud. So this is what I was talking about this earlier about thumb studs. What the heck? This is a T6 pivot. That's disgusting. Um, no. What? So it's not T6 and it's not T8. Oh, there it goes. Like, what is happening? I know their Instagram. I could send it to you on Instagram, but I don't know their name off the top of my head. And it's on washers, I believe. I think that's why the action is so tough. Um, dual. I'm super weird. I think one of the most attractive things to me on a knife is a super long backspacer as full length can be. Oh, if you like full length backspacers, I'll show you something. Not to be weird. Oh, we're getting all the knives out, I guess. All right, Josh, I'm sending you that um knife, by the way. They're tagged in that post. So this is a full length Damascus backspacer. Pain to mess with though. Um see, I don't know. I'm gonna switch my lens real quick. Just so that you guys can see. Let me refocus this. So I got the light like directly on it. That's even worse. Nice. Love that for me. Anyways, this is a full length Damascus backspacer. Um, that's probably a little better. And then we have this nice, look at that. I love that you can finally see this thing. Look at all them pretty colors. And then you can really see the Timascus, like, so the pattern is this way, and then this way is stacked, so you get like that kind of really fine woven inlay or pattern, I should say. And then here's another one. And this one is full length Damasteel. Yeah, these are customs. They're made by Kendall Hughes, but they are my design. So me and Kendall collaborated on these basically, and I was like, dude, can you make this knife? And he was like, yeah. So he was nice enough to make this model. Um, it's super epic. So I have like a dark one with the, this carbon fiber, and it's an acid stonewash Nitro V blade. And then this one is Damasteel at 62 Rockwell, I think. But it's more of a monochrome style, and then Damasteel accents. So but yeah, these are like my babies. This one's full length. Full as you can get. Like almost like focus. I mean that like crazy, just a ballpark if you asked him to repeat those two. Well, a ballpark. I have no, I mean, if I had to just just to tell you roughly, um, probably like for this one, maybe 14, 15, like 1400. Um, maybe. And then this one is more because it's Damasteel. Uh, so yeah. Yeah, this is pretty close. I don't know though, because I did design these, so I get a bit of a I won't say discount, but I get you know I basically whatever, if he sells one of these, I get like a commission. I basically just put that into getting another one, if that makes any sense. Well, I didn't pay, you know what I mean? I didn't pay what I'm ballparking here, but I know this one would have been like 14, 15. Um, but yeah, or 12. This one would have been 12, I think. Am I still on the other frame? Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot I'm not on the manual or the auto focusing lens. Yeah, this. So this is, I think it's Black Timascus pocket clip. backspacer, and thumb studs. And this lighting is terrible, but these are very vibrant. This thing is so cool, man. Right now, bro, don't tempt me. 14. I'm just kidding. These are not for sale. Maybe. I'm still in the honeymoon phase with this one. I got this one at Blade Show. But I still love it. Love it. I still love both of these. I still carry this one. I just can't get over this. There will be a bidding war. Designer gets discounts for sure. Not all of us. I Kindle is nice enough to do that for me though. I've got a scratch on the blade. What's crazy is he dovetailed these pivots. So these are dovetailed into an actual regular stainless pivot. Same thing with this backspacer though. So you can see it, the pattern this way. But then when you turn it, you get this nice shadow boxing of pattern. So they match. But it would not leave the house. Yeah, I carry these a lot. I carry this one a lot. I've carried this one for like 2 years straight, or a year straight. But I've had this one for probably 3 years now, or 4. Funny story. I lost this knife for 9 months. So I brought it because I bring it to all my blade shows. So I think it was maybe 2022. I don't know. I've had it a while. Anyways, I brought it to Blade Show or whatever, SHOT Show. Doesn't matter. It could have even been USN at that time. Came back home and I lost it. I couldn't find it. I thought TSA had stole it because it was in a checked bag. And I didn't see it for forever. So I was texting Kendall and I'm like, bro, I can't find the knife. This one, no, it's not rocking the original edge. This one is, because I got this one at a Blade Show. But no, this is not carrying the original edge. This has been sharpened. And anyways, one day I was cleaning my room and I was throwing out some bags, like trash bags, and this one was from Blade Show. It was an artisan bag that was just full of like the knife bags, like the little plastic knife bags. And I went to throw that bag away and it was heavy. And I'm like, what's in here? And my knife was in here. 9 months, and this thing was just sitting in a bag. I immediately text Kendall and I'm like, bro, I found it. So then, I had to say sorry to TSA. Dude, you showed me that one of those at Blade Show. I thought it was crazy. It would have been this one. Because I didn't get this one until this year. So This my babe. This one needs to be resharpened. You can see the edge is kind of poor at the moment. If it doesn't glare, there you go. See that? So it needs to be touched up a little bit. It is wicked sharp though. Dreaming about more cowbell. Skull. Like the tobacco. I just have one knife and damn a steel. I have 3. I have 3 knives and damn a steel. 4 at the moment because I have my buddy's knife. Skull. Yeah. Dreaming about carbo quartz. Can't afford a custom, so in order to fulfill my dream, I need to just get skills made. What knife is it? Skull. Because if it's inlaid, like, or if it's inset liners, then that's a little more difficult. If it's flat scales, like if it's stacked, like this one, then that's easy to do. I could recommend a couple people. Skull. Oh. Then look up like Jay Dizzle. So Jay Dizzle or Shepherd. Is that his name? Shepherd? And then Nathan's Knives. He did mine. Where'd it go? I just had it. Where did it go? All right, I just had this knife. Oh, see how my mind, y'all. I promise. He did this one for me. This thing was literally in front of me. I do them on my forest for enchantment. Oh yeah, you could probably get a lot of people do the Spyderco aftermarket stuff. Forest. I've only known 2 people to do the forest scales, and I don't know. That's tough because it's so inset and it's thin. Like they're thin inset liners. But yeah, hit up Nathan's Knives. See if he'd be willing to do one of them. Yeah, KN. Yep, that guy. It didn't. No, I got Nathan to make this scale for me. It was full titanium. And then at Blade Show, I told Nathan I didn't like it, and he was like, "I'll do a scale for it." So I was like, "Please," but I don't know anyone that does carbo quartz. I mean, Um, just tell like whoever you message, just tell them, be like, hey, look, I'll do this. Or if you do this knife for me, I'll pay for the carbo quartz. Like, you know what I mean? Just say, hey, look, I'll buy the material, but if you'll work on it, and you know, that's like the best way to go about it, I think. Is that rust? What is that? No, it's not. Exaggerating. They boiled their forest scales to pop the inlay out. Uh, I mean, I've never had that issue personally, and I've taken a lot of these apart, and you know, just for my own fun. Um, but I've never had to boil any of them to take my scales out. So I have another one of these somewhere. Got knives everywhere. Ooh, this one's no good. Yeah, tell them I sent you. I don't think it'll do any good, but it's like, hey, Dylan recommended me to you. This one is an S90V. Not scale, sorry, inlays. On the forest? I don't know who that is, but they ruined that knife. These are glued in. So, yeah, these are epoxied or glued in their handles. So, whoever did that, more power to them. But I don't warranty that kind of stuff. I'll find the picture. No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a knife of mine destroyed. I'm just going to hang till you hang it up for the night. Just want to say thanks for your time and answering all the questions. For sure, yeah, I'm probably going to call it a night. It's been 3 hours. Oh my gosh. He had a rock pattern ground into the blade and everything. Oh. What'd he do with the What do you do with that then? I just had it. You guys have no idea how quickly I lose these things, and they're just here. Oh well, yeah. Send me the picture then. I'm interested now because I want to see what he did to in this area. Been a good long night. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll wrap this up. So, Corey, if you follow me on Instagram, you can send it to me there. Damtanium. Damtanium. Is that the titanium lasered stuff? Huh. Interesting. All right. So summarizing everything from earlier, uh, I redid or I went through my Kickstarter and fixed all the stuff that I thought was flagged. I added more pictures for all my options. Um, and uh, hopefully everything goes well with that. If it gets denied, I will try to contact a actual person. Um, oh yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. That's the fat carbon then, or not fat carbon, camel carbon. Sorry, camel carbon. Good night, Rolf. Good night, Cliff. No, I don't know if it got approved. I'm waiting on it to get approved. Uh, but I added all the stuff in there. I added more pictures for the options or for the add-ons, so that the the AI can go in and see and make sure everything that I'm adding um is okay, because I think that's what triggered the um the weapons thing, because I said kits and stuff and didn't have any pictures of what I was talking about. So I guess they wanted to make sure it was approved first before adding, or because if they approve it and then I add pictures, they have no idea what I'm talking about. So since I added the pictures, they can see what I mean, and hopefully that gets cleared. We'll see. So fingers crossed. But if not, of course I'll post about it and let everybody know what's going on. Keep everybody updated. But either way, we shall see. And yeah, that's it. So that's it. Just waiting on uh waiting on them, I guess, hurry up and wait type stuff. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for joining my live. Um yeah, I can't just on the Spectra, I gave up. I tried to do the pre-order on my website. It failed even then. Which is fine. It is what it is, but this one, I'm going to make this one work one way or another. It's my last two raw, so we got to make this one work. And anyways, I appreciate you guys. Can I ask you something? Sure. How come you turn turn on super chat? I don't have I don't have super chats and stuff like that. I'm not an affiliate with YouTube, so I don't get any kind of like channel members or anything like that. Uh so yeah. Swipe right for Dylan. Yeah. Even if I get up there at some point, I don't think I'll do that. I don't want people sending me money, you know what I mean? So but I appreciate the question. Um but yeah, I'm just here to vibe, hang out, answer questions and talk about designs and stuff. But all right, I appreciate you guys. Feel free to message me on Instagram, don't hesitate. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Um it means a lot, you know. I know y'all could be sleeping or snacking or doing something else. But you're here with me, so I appreciate that. Well, good night, everybody. Take care, and I will